process. So basically, using the existing case studies that we have and knowing how many waste pickers were covered under that study, we can extrapolate some numbers. This work is fairly initial, and it will get better, especially as more of your organizations use the calculator. But if we look at the 460,000 members of the Alliance and their greenhouse gas impacts, we can estimate that those impacts are about 51,195,425 tons of carbon equivalent per year. Then, if we take this rather outdated figure of 20 million waste pickers in the world, we assume that there are many more now, because that was also kind of an underestimated figure to some degree, and it's an old figure. But if we use that figure and we extrapolate the data, we're talking about an impact of 2,225,888,062 tons of carbon equivalent per year. That's significant. Now, if you look at what are called nationally determined contributions, these are goals by member states that signed the Paris Accords. For example, 198 countries signed the Paris Accords, and they made goals about how much greenhouse gas emissions they want to reduce each year. So Franklin looked at that total amount of that total goal, and he looked at our total impact in the world. And the number that he came to was that we are already contributing to 4.3% of those emission goals. We need to be paid for this work. We need to be paid service fees for this work. And so that's exactly why we're processing this data, so that we can have evidence to show and hopefully help all of our organizations be paid decently, as we all deserve. Please, if you're interested in the greenhouse gas calculator, come to us, try to use it, and give us that data, because it will only strengthen these numbers. With our growing visibility in the world also come new risks. We're increasingly seeing the voices and stories of waste pickers being co-opted by the private sector or environmentalists to support their agendas rather than our agendas. We also see the emergence of global consortia, like producer responsibility organizations, that are active not just at our local levels, but these are global organizations that are working in many of our countries. Many of our organizations are negotiating with these same organizations. So this presents both a potential threat to our work, because they have a lot of power, but also opportunities for us to work collectively in negotiation and organizing. I think this really highlights the importance of organizing at the global level and why our organization is so important right now. Growing and protecting our movement requires consistent work and real clarity about our advocacy agenda and demands, so that our voices aren't co-opted, and so that we don't end up simply adapting to other people's agendas, right? We need our own agenda, and we need to sustain that. But our approach also has to be adaptive, because the world is changing fast. Things are changing really quickly. We have to be able to adapt. As we heard today, there are issues like fires and organizational strengthening that we need to do more work on. We also need to do more to take up the ILO's work, not just on just transition, but also on Resolution 204 on the transition from the informal to the formal economy. With our newly elected Executive Council and office bearers, I'm very, very confident that we are going to rise to these challenges on the issues that we're facing. And we have even more capacity now for the kind of decentralized and participatory ways to understand not only the needs, but the impacts of our global work on the ground level, at the local level, as well as at the national and global levels. It's pretty impossible to address the full scope of our advocacy work in a day of panels like this, but I do hope that the day has given you at least some sense of the work that the Alliance is doing and that our affiliates are doing, as well as some of the allies that we've been cultivating over recent years. I really want to thank the allies who have come today, as well as our amazing interpreters, because it's pretty incredible to see how many people are there supporting us to be here in these discussions. The International Alliance of Waste Pickers has been advocating for decades. I mean, it's been advocating since 2008, but our affiliates have been advocating for decades. But I want to say that the bulk of this kind of work that we've been doing happened in the last 5 years. And that's amidst a global pandemic, the development of our Constitution, and the transition to a democratically elected leadership. I think this is testament not just to our capacity as a union, but to the strength and passion and dedication of all of our affiliates. We are truly committed to this movement, and you see it when you show up to meetings, when you show up to a Congress like this, you show up prepared and ready to do some work. It's probably also testament to the fact that most of us are workaholics in this work because we love it so much. So I want to thank you all just for your incredibly hard work over the past few years. And as we bring more affiliates into our advocacy work, it will only strengthen. We have to keep growing this movement. Now this process will be informed by the participation of our executive council. There's a lot that we have to learn and share in the world because we are the experts. Oh, am I? Because we are the experts. And now more and more, the world is listening to us. Thank you. So now I would like to invite the International Alliance of Waste Pickers staff member Carolina Palacios and our new president Severino Lima to take the stage and close out the day. Thank you so much.
No sé, Carolina. Are you tired? Are you sad? What happened? I saw somebody crying there outside because it was finishing. Because the Congress finishing. I wanted to invite Sushila. Sushila, please. I would also like to invite, it's a costume we have, it's a tradition we have in Brazil, to Expo Catadores, which is the greatest event of waste picker in the world. The IAWP Assembly, and this was done during 11 years. So a round of applause. I would also like to invite Sergio. We always invite the host. So I would like to invite Sergio, who is a host in this event. I would like to invite Sergio to the table, who is a host. Veo que no me hayan entendido las chicas y que me hayan traducido. I'm going to give the floor to Carolina now. Is this mic working? Já é o quinto dia de congresso, quase um ano de organização do congresso. Então eu vou falar em espanhol, porque estou muito cansada. E estamos pagando para muitos intérpretes, assim que eu acredito que vai ficar bem. Então, eu tenho as instruções do presidente, que esse é o momento para chorar, para estar bem, para fazer uma mística, para colocar um fechamento lindo, um encerramento lindo. Vou fazer o que for possível, mas eu não tinha muita espontaneidade, porque não gostaria de esquecer ninguém, então eu vou escrever ler umas palavras. Severino falava que eu estou escrevendo um livro.
Sorry about that, but I need to read. Well, we have time. We have time. We can be here until night. Well, it has been a long and tense journey to the Congress, and in two senses. In my opinion, I think Lucia told me, Carolina, you have to give the closing words. As regards our logistics, our organization, we started in the last year. I was in this last year, I was appointed to organize, and also I am the person who within the staff had been appointed by the organization who had been to be the host today. So I will speak as regards the logistics and management. I want to say that we are a great team. I feel this Congress has been a great success. And I think most of you who are here present, we have had quorum for the Congress. Some visas were denied, unfortunately, which was very difficult personally. But Sergio, for example, had the idea of bringing some colleagues illegally from one of the countries, but we said no. They have to come if they are allowed to, and if they can't, we have to work for that. So in that sense, I would like to thank you, Ropi, for conducting this historical event together with Agus. Also, together with Agus, we had the collaboration and support of Rosario, whom you all know. Thank you all for so many nights working on this. Thank you, Sol, for working with the great work of communications, the Department of Communication. I hope you all felt represented in this Congress. Thank you to the team you chose, Juan Santiago, Matías, Victorio, Lucía, Ariel, Diego. Thank you to those who have been here for a week, working on these 7 long days to receive all the way speakers who travel from so far. I hope you have had a great experience, that you have eaten, and I hope you have felt taken care of. Thank you, Sol, Mika, Seba, Gonza, Nicole, Vale, Nahuel, Juli, and La Negra. Thank you all for being such great hosts. Also, I would like to thank Vicky. You know her. She didn't have any special task, but she's always keeping our spirit lively. She has a smile for all of us, and she has brought ice cream to us when we were really, really down and we needed some energy. Thank you, Vicky. Something I also want to mention, and is part of being hosts, is that except for this wonderful hotel, elegant, a 4-star hotel that we asked Sergio to choose it, because we didn't know which hotel to choose for a Way Speakers event. We didn't want to have, I don't know, we didn't know what to have. We needed to have something with a Way Speaker spirit. So our colleagues that work with Sergio came here, met the team of the hotel, and we thank you all, the hotel team, for all the work, for doing some modifications, because we demanded many things, many changes. So thank you very much for that. But also, apart from the hotel, that is the most professional way we found, there are some other things done by Argentina that were done by popular cooperatives. The food that you ate was prepared by cooperatives. They were prepared by Way Speakers colleagues, partners. So I hope you know all this. And the welcome kits that you received in the bags with the vests, the handkerchiefs that you received was prepared by a brand that we tried to comment about it. It's a cooperative by the part of the UTEP, and they have a nice brand that is called Carpincho. If you want to follow them on social media and probably tag them or in Facebook, it would be very important. And also because you don't, and also you don't have to take pesos, you don't have to take your country's currencies. So if you have pesos, we have the fair outside and you can take Carpincho's products. So don't take your pesos back home because you won't be able to do anything with them. They are really devaluated. So you can buy items that we have outside and they are prepared by cooperatives and they are created this brand that I mentioned that is called Carpinchos. That as regards all the logistics. Now, something more serious. As responsible for organizing, I want you, before you come back home, I want you to remember that less than 4 years ago, we had a terrible catastrophe that was COVID pandemic. Only one individual as a waste speaker is or someone that works in the popular economy took this in his or her favor and found in the digital sphere a place to demand more tools for the waste speakers who were working during lockdown. For all of you who were outside, trying to provide things to those who were inside comfortably in their house. When I look back and see everything that has happened within the Alliance, I see a lot of vertiginous things. We worked a lot. I remember we gathered asking ourselves, what can we do to support our waste speakers? But we were in our house. In our houses, comfortable with Wi-Fi. But we were asking, what can we do to support our waste speakers that are in the street? So the virtuality helped us to meet with colleagues from Ecuador, from Burkina Faso, to exchange what we were doing. And I think, at least, I mean, I don't want to repeat everything that you have said in these days, but I just want to briefly say what we have done since the pandemic. So this question that the pandemic moved us into the online world was like a tremendous step that make us be today with our new authorities. Also, we share experiences, challenges, and after that, the virtuality is included or adopted by us, and that posed us a new challenge. The fact that we wanted to meet in person, we wanted to get together with other representatives in the world to join our voices so that we can have a clear message for our governments, especially to those who take advantage of us, free riders, who try to be joined to our struggle, but they don't pay the costs. So we wanted to have our voices heard clearly. So from those days until now, within the Alliance, I think we created a very nice society among us activists. And we managed to have a common document that is, which includes all that we wanted to bring to the plastic treaty and that we wanted to be read internationally. We also joined efforts to have an organization and to agree and to have a
para que se ponga en pie esta organización fue lograr una constitución. No fue fácil, creo que Lucía ayer enumeró en su reporte la cantidad de reuniones que tuvimos y la cantidad de trabajo que hicieron de la nada para escribir un estatuto recicladores y recicladoras de todo el mundo. Y gracias justamente a la virtualidad pudimos hacer en menos de 3 años esto que ya dije, la constitución de la alianza, el lanzamiento mundial de esa constitución, que fue un congreso virtual también, y la vocería fuertísima en el Tratado Internacional de los Plásticos y este primer congreso. Estos hitos son hitos organizacionales post pandemia. Son cuestiones que se aceleraron justamente por esto de la virtualidad. Perdonen si me pongo reflexiva a modo sociológico o lo que sea, pero me parecía importante recalcar este último porque, bueno, de algún modo, y creo entender que esto fue la generosidad de Lucía para ponerme acá a dar las palabras.
Help me with this work. We make a lot of improvements thanks to our online encounters. Thanks to that, we are here, and each of you now go back to your houses having a new body of authorities. So I think a new time begins now for our organization. I hope it's for the better. And I don't want to forget to thank all the teams of technicians, staffs, volunteers. Thank you to the new people who has joined, Alejo, Amira. Thank you to Taylor. Well, I had all the names written down and I'm not reading them. Thank you, Kabir. Thank you to all the regional coordinators who are here. I think I am getting someone. Thank you, Pablo. Thank you, Pablo. Sharon also. I will repeat because I don't want to forget anyone. Those of us who have been from the very beginning, Kabir, me, Pablo, Lucia, Taylor, started 6 years ago. And I think it was very important to mention this fact because you didn't appoint us. That was like a WIGO's appointment to have this organization. Then we had some other people who are Sharon, Amira, and Alejo, and they were appointed by you, Clara, and I think I'm not forgetting anyone. But Kabir and me were from the very beginning and who supported Lucia and Pablo. But apart from that, we have now a partner, a comrade who is Miguel, who has been working with us in our coordination meetings. Thanks to Miguel, who always helps us with the communication in different languages. And I think it would have been impossible to have these agreements without Miguel. Thank you very much. And this is all thank you to a historical person in our team. Thank you to Shuini and Cristiano, who are part of the last members we appointed in the Alliance. They are part of our team and help them to have these languages and these communications for this event. We have improved in the last times in our work regarding different languages, so thank you. All this has been done, as Severino said, with the support and support, emotional, physical, and with her intelligence, with her strategies, and with everything that Lucia does. Lucia, we thank you very much for being part. We love you for your courage and for saying that this new times is for someone else. Thank you.
Acá vienen algunos compañeros y compañeras que... Taylor, adelante.
Oh, pessoal, a gente não ia deixar a Carolina de fora.
We wouldn't leave Carolina away.
We wouldn't leave Carolina behind, of course. Carolina, we know all the effort involved. I have to speak in Portuguese because if not, they tell me off. So we would like you to accept our congratulations. This is a global encounter of waste speakers with great difficulties, with a great work from you in Argentina. We know that you're always doing things so that everything works properly. And if there's something that we learned is
To be fair.
that
To be fair.
we have to be fair, and we have to be fair with people and with what people deserve. You deserve all our love. So from people that come here, that from other continents, and that learn how you work here, you have all our respect. On behalf of the president, now, not the president, Severino, I am a waste speaker from Brazil. Thank you.
Pessoal, não ainda não, diz que o senhor também que abriu a sessão.
We
Só termina
You abriu a sessão.
Vamos lá, tá fechada a sessão, pode ser não.
we can only end the session. Sorry, these are Lucia's flowers. It's yours. You have to take them. They're yours.
Não, ó, você bem claro aqui.
I'm going to be clear now.
Você bem claro aqui. Quem bagunçou,
Quem bagunçou, não fez. Made a mess.
I made a mess. I'm sorry. Do you know Patrick? Patrick was the one who didn't do it correctly because we wanted to pay a tribute to all the people we wanted. I said that he was going to give the flowers to the giraffe, and I thought it was going to be her, but because it was all out of the script, it was a surprise, but we mixed up. So, well, now I want to tell you that we really love you, and we would like to thank you for the work you have been doing. You've been doing and you will do, because you will see it until August, okay? Okay, we're going to wrap up, and then we're going to have a party. The one who created that nickname for Lucia, it was me, the giraffe.
Nós anotamos os agradecimentos para não esquecer ninguém.
Someday somebody said Severino.
Ok?
Is it okay? I think the people from India are not receiving the translation anymore. Can you hear the translation now? Miguel was here resting and he didn't realize.
Pessoal, vamos dar um timezinho para assistir o vídeo? Vamos virar, Sérgio?
Okay, we're going to watch a video now.
Siguieron compañeros de los diferentes países, le comentamos cómo es el tema de
I will be companheiros dos diferentes países.
Our system of work is coming to the cart in the operative center, and then everyone heads out to do their recycling.
Eu sou do bairro vulnerável maior da África. Esse é o primeiro programa de intercâmbio com outros países e me permitiu ver como se organizam os outros companheiros. Eu estou muito impressionada com o que vocês fazem aqui e tenho aprendido.
We're recyclers, we're workers. This is our workforce.
Thank you. This is another video. It's a different one. Is translation working now? Can I move on? Okay, I will continue. So somebody said, Severino, leaders don't read speeches. Would you imagine if Lula would read to thank everybody? And I was here with other people. I wanted to thank the people from the sound, the technical, our dear translators and interpreters who are there. I am very difficult for them because I give them a lot of work. But I would also like to thank the staff and the team from WeGo as well. I wanted Sophia to come here so that she could give a piece of news that not many people know. Sophia, during my time here, we had many people, and there was a person who was not here anymore. Sophia, can you tell us what happened, and can you tell us about
Viva and Way Speakers, Viva! It is an honor to be invited to this incredible event, historic event. And I just want to say thank you, congratulations, and we have to work together in unity, in solidarity, and as you always say, together. I am very proud and I am very humbled to be here. Thank you. Thank you all. I'm very surprised.
Calma. A Sofia foi chamada aqui.
Sophia was called here because in many moments we were discussing, there was a person who was not here. We're taking care of Maddie. Maddie had a health problem, and that is why which is the woman who is always taking picture of everybody.
Marty is following from the hospital. She's very strong. She's fine right now. She just has to stay for a few days. She's going to be surrounded with her family, but she's following very closely. And today she was very excited that this was able to follow online. So thank you on behalf of Marty.
It's impossible to talk about Wiggle without talking about Marte. We would like to thank all those organizations who have been supporting waste speakers for many years. I would like to thank waste speakers and those waste speakers who left their families, their cooperatives, their organizations, their work, so that they could represent their country in this first meeting of the AIWP. And this is very important because I saw people leaving their countries for the first time. People who left Asia or Africa for the first time to come to a meeting and find other waste speakers who speak languages that other people have never heard before. I would like to call all the honorable delegates, as the comrades from Africa say when they open their assemblies, honorable. I would like to call upon you because with unity we can empower our work. That is why we are together. I would like to especially thank all the democratic process here without intervention, without interference. That democratic process was thank you to intelligent people that understood that within the waste speaker we should have authorities. So I would like to thank the sister organizations for having helped us all throughout that process. I would like to thank the continents, Red Lacre, India's Alliance, Africa's organizations. Nothing for us without us. That's the motto. At this historical time of advances, which will remain in our memory for a long time, this should be the fuel to strengthen us for our work way back to our countries. Today, we need to articulate and to inform our base organizations, our community-based organizations, our governments, and we have to tell everybody that we have an international organization. Viva Waste Pickers! Long live waste pickers. We need to strengthen our commitment. We have to interfere in the proposed agendas. And the alliance can be presented to the countries. We need to know about the future. Lucia already asked, Andrea, is your wife happy? My wife is more happy than I am, is happier than I am, because she knows how much we struggle to be able to be here. And lots of people know that we need this plant to grow and to bear fruit and to give new leaders as well. I would like, together with the national organizations, to work for a plastic treaty that can value our work, for the EPR, which has to pay a fair fee for our services. And any material is important, and the privatization of these services goes against us. And what I said before,
Agora no Brasil,
the floods now in Brazil are destroying houses.
bem como os incêndios ambientais.
The same as with the fires, they are the result of the climate change. They create destruction and pollution. So we have to keep on building a democratic, strong, and solidarity movement so that together we can revolutionize the economy and guarantee the rights to all waste pickers. We have a very strong work ahead of us. We are organizing our army, and if we are together, we are going to have success. You can count on me, and I count on you. So they meddle with somebody. They meddle with everybody, and that's. Now I would like to close the first elective on-site Congress of the International Waste Picker Alliance. Thank you. Stop it. That's what Silvio predicted for our assembly. Sushila now. Kabir or somebody who can translate Sushila. Sushila now will have some words, will give some words. And we're going to hear some music as well. Sushila no sabe qué va a cantar.
Namaste, everyone. She's already translating. No problem.
मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि हम सब अलग अलग देशों के कचरा बीनने वाले सब कार्यकर्ता इकट्ठा होके आज 20 सालों से संघर्ष कर रहे हैं और भी करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि हर देश का समस्या अलग अलग है। हर देश का सरकार भी पूरा मदद नहीं करता है, तो मुझे लगता है कि हर कचरा बीनने वाला
I'm very happy that a lot of waste pickers are here present in the room, and every country has different issue, and some governments help, some governments do not help.
हर कचरे बीनने वाले को ये आपने जो संघर्ष किया है सबको फायदा इसका मिलेगा, तभी सबको फायदा मिलेगा, तभी अच्छा होगा कि सबको इसका फायदा मिल रहा है। हम सब ने जो संघर्ष किया है इसका।
The struggle has to provide universal benefits. We have to make sure that our collective efforts provide universal benefits to every waste picker in every country.
अर्जेंटीना में आके मैंने अभी इतना साल से ये बहुत बड़ी मीटिंग हुई है और इसमें बहुत सारे 5 दिन से चर्चा हो रही है, तभी भी हमारी चर्चा समाप्त नहीं होती है। तो हमें बहुत काम करना है आगे और सबको मिलके करना है। अध्यक्ष उपाध्यक्ष जो रहता है ये नाम के लिए होते हैं, क्योंकि एक कमेटी बनी है तो उसमें नाम के लिए अध्यक्ष उपाध्यक्ष खजीनदार जो रहता है नाम के लिए रहता है। तो हम सबको मिलके काम करना है। आप सब जानकारी वाले लोग हैं, सब पढ़े लिखे लोग हैं, आप सब जानते भी हैं, तो हम सबको मिलके काम करना है।
So we have a lot of work to do. The positions of president, vice president, treasurer, these are the positions by name, but we have to work together. We came to Argentina. We had 5 days of session, and we still have not finished a lot of discussions and contemplation. And we have to do that contemplation more and more often together.
और हमें इतनी सब मदद की है 20 सालों से लुसिया मैडम और ईगो ने भी जो मदद की है, तो
मैं उनकी बहुत बहुत आभार मानती हूँ। इसके आगे हमें मदद लगेगा तो लुसिया मैडम ने जरूर मदद करनी चाहिए, क्योंकि क्या बोलते हैं इसको, यहाँ से जब दूसरे के हवाले कर दिया तो मैं कुछ नहीं देखूंगी, ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए। हमारा बहुत सालों से संबंध है, हमारे हम जैसे हमारा और आपका एक कुटुंब का जैसा संबंध हो गया है, तो हमें मदद करना चाहिए आगे भी।
So I'm quite grateful to Lucia and Vigo for last 20 years of journey together. And my expectation is that Lucia should not run away and say, oh, my responsibility is over. So she should stay in touch and keep working with us together. And we need to continue working together.
तो मैं सब उनके कार्यकर्ताओं का सबका आभार मानती हूँ। कबीर भी बहुत अच्छा मदद करते हैं सबको, तो मैं उनका भी जाहिर आभार मानती हूँ। तो सभी ट्रांसलेशन करने वाले सब हमारे लिए काम करते हैं, तो मैं सबका आभार मानती हूँ।
I'm quite grateful to all the staff members who have organized this event. I'm also quite grateful to the guy standing here. And so I'm quite grateful to all of you, especially the interpretation staff. They have been working for us tirelessly. They have been translating our words for everybody else. Let's keep working together.
और यहाँ भी हमें इनका नाम सर्जियो ने इतनी बड़ी उनकी संस्था खड़ी की है, और वहां जाके मुझे कल पता चला कि वो कितना काम करते हैं, तो उनका भी मैं आभार मानती हूँ। हमारा इतना अच्छा स्वागत किया, हमें खाना खिलाया, वो पहले दिन उधर बोला कि हमारा स्वागत किया, तो उसके लिए मैं उनकी बहुत बहुत आभार मानती हूँ।
I'm quite grateful to my brother Sergio. He has built such a big organization here, and I'm very proud of it to see it here. And I'm very grateful that he has fed us very, very well. Thank you, Sergio, for doing this.
हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन, हो मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन। होगी शांति चारों ओर, होगी शांति चारों ओर, होगी शांति चारों ओर एक दिन। हो मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन। हम चलेंगे साथ साथ, डाले हाथों में हाथ, हम चलेंगे साथ साथ एक दिन। हो मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन। हम होंगे कामयाब, हम होंगे कामयाब, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन। हो मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन। हम होंगे कामयाब, हम होंगे कामयाब, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन। हो पूरे एक दिन, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन, हम होंगे कामयाब। हम सब इनको ना इसमें बस
Oi, oi. Obrigado, Sugila.
Thank you, Sujila.
Só um minuto, Sugila. Só um minuto que a Sugila
Just
está apresentando o Sérgio.
1 minute. Sujila, yes.
Giving a present.
Giving a present to Sergio.
Presentear. Dar un medio.
Now, Sergio will take the floor.
Voy a ser muy breve. Gracias por venir a nuestro país. Espero
Thank you so much for coming to our country.
lo mejor.
I hope you felt welcome,
Lo principal que quiero que se lleven es,
but most of all,
como siempre, los que luchamos
I hope that you take away the message that
por los de arriba.
we always fight for the ones who are at the bottom
Confiamos
so that they can be one day at the top. Thank you so much for your trust,
la Global Rec
for your presence,
va a
and
estar
the
presente
red flag
y todos
is going
y
to
vuelvo a repetir,
be present
todos
always,
y los compañeros
all the staff,
que trabajan conmigo
everyone working with me.
vamos a estar a disposición
We will always be
Brasil,
here,
cualquiera de los países
willing to work with
electos
Brazil
en España.
or any of the countries that were elected in this campaign.
Sabemos que las diferencias se demuestran con hechos.
We know that
Los hechos
we have to show our differences with our behaviors.
por un mundo
We're all here different,
estamos todos organizados
working
que lo
towards a better world. We are organized
y siempre con un paso adelante.
and always
Lucha y acá nadie
pushing
se
forward.
rinde. Gracias, compañeros,
Never surrender.
por venir
Thank
a
you all so much for coming to our lovely Argentina.
The music, please. We're going to have a picture now, but then the official picture will be outside. But first, let's take a picture here. The executive committee, please come here. The members of the executive committee, please come here for the picture. And all people come here. Please come here. People from Latin America, all come here to take a picture. Everybody. The executive committee.
Pessoal, vocês vêm pra cá. As pessoas daqui
Come here, please, for the final picture.
Rápido.
Quickly, come here, please.
Sérgio, onde está tu, Sérgio? Sérgio, aqui.
Sergio, come here, please.
Vamos se organizando.
Let's organize ourselves.
Você, cantador aqui, que vai tirar foto.
Come here, way speakers. We are going to take the picture. Brian, please. Please.
Indo. Foto, foto. Vamos, vamos, vamos.
Come on, come on.
Lembre que todos têm que ir pra fora.
Remember
Todos vão bater a foto oficial.
that we really are having then the official photo outside, but now here, please look at the camera.
Todo mundo olhando pra câmera.
Everybody looking at the camera, please.
Dois, três, foto. Vicky, 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 Vicky. Aqui, Vicky, 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 Vicky. Vicky, Vicky.
Nos vamos.
Ven, mamá Eva. Mamá Eva. Come, come.
Cantan en inglés.
South Africa, please. South Africa.
Los separo afuera. Porque no quiero estar más dentro de una cabina. Espera, que.
Amanda. Amanda. Outra foto, África, África. Outra foto. Olha o... É. Agora todo mundo lá para fora. Todos lá para fora. Todos lá para fora. Siga os fotógrafos aqui, ó. Siga só, Warren. Todos. Não, patou. Calma.
Fred, we'll have the official photo outside. Thank you.
Compañera.
Trabajando honradamente, ayuda a proteger el medio ambiente. No importa si hace frío o calor, ahí están cumpliendo con su labor y diciendo con orgullo y honor, yo soy reciclado.
Allô, écoutez-moi s'il vous plaît, il est 5h20, il y a quelqu'un d'entre vous qui part à 6h, donc s'il vous plaît, ne perdez pas votre avion. Please be aware of the time, it's almost 6 o'clock, some of you are leaving at 6, so please rush. Por favor, los que os vais a las 6, no perdáis el avión, falta poco. Y ahora la foto fuera oficial. Gracias.
Salir adelante, no